Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friend, a podcast where two friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? I'm Obert.
And as you can see, this is a little bit of a slimmed down version of the podcast right now. We had, Tud was going to be missing, and then new Tud was going to fill in, and then new Tud was like, nope, not going to. So that's where we're at right now.
Yep. But that just makes it all the more fair for our competition for the leaderboard.
That's very true. That's very true. We need to take both Tuds down a peg.
Give us both a shot.
Yeah. So here you go. Two people reviewing beers and, a bunch of other fun stuff. But, yeah. But in all seriousness, I hope both Tuds, new and old, feel better and are able to join us in the near future. We hope. Mm-hmm. So
that's right. Yeah, I know. And we alluded to at the end of last episode, we have some spotty attendance in the coming weeks, but I'm hoping to get some guests on. If you want to be a guest, reach out to us at dawfpodcast@gmail.com or on Discord. And who knows, we might have you on.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have some vacancies. We got some spots we need to fill. Joe Rogan has turned into a horse, so he can't come on the podcast anymore.
Yep. He was about to. He was ready to come in and call us daddy live on air, but
yep. But he had to. We had to break out. Contractually, we're not allowed to have livestock on the podcast. Mm-hmm. So,
well-known podcast law there.
Yeah. Believe it or not, he gets by because he's technically like a web radio show or something like that. I don't know. The logistics. The logistics are beyond me. But
yeah, they get past the livestock clause somehow.
I don't know. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But didn't do anything crazy this week. I mean, we had some family visit. That was fun. That was
nice.
Some fun stuff. Yeah, just my Dana's aunt and uncle came up or whatever. They're from Florida, so I guess up makes sense. And just kind of hung out and went to a small little brewery winery. It was really nice. It was pretty fun.
What's better there, their beer or their wine? What are they known for?
I think their wine.
Okay.
Their beer isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. For a small little I don't know. They do a lot of really small batches. But they had I forgot what it was called. It was a tangerine. It was a tangerine wheat. I think it was Farmhands Vacation, I think they called it. And it was a tangerine wheat. That was pretty good, especially in the hot sun. It was a nice thing to help cool you down a little bit. So
very nice.
But it was pretty good. It was the brewery at Catawba Farms. There you go. There you go, Brain. Good job.
Wait, haven't we had Catawba Brewing?
Yes, that was Catawba Valley Brewing.
Okay.
Catawba Brewing Company. I think there is a Catawba Valley Brewing Company too. Everything is very Catawba centered.
The brewery at Catawba.
The brewery at Catawba. They're not the same. We had the Hop Nest Monster from, and then we actually went to Catawba when we were waiting in Asheville when we were waiting for the barbecue place.
Okay, that's where I know the name from. Yep. That's right. Yep. Is that a river or something? Is that why everything is called Catawba?
It's a county.
Okay.
I know there's a Catawba County, but Asheville isn't in it, so and neither is Charlotte. So who knows?
I don't know. I'm no Carolinologist, but
me neither. I'm just starting my degree in Carolinology.
You're auditing classes at night. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was at a brewery this actually just yesterday. I was actually up in Canada.
Whoa!
Yeah, up in Banff, and they have a couple of different breweries in the town. So I went into one, and you ever go to a brewery and you look at the tap list and you're like, I don't know, maybe instead of going with the flight, I should just stick with one pint. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah. I generally will stick my way through a flight, but I mean, there's been breweries where I've been like, I'm not super excited about any of these.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just, you sometimes you get the spidey sense of just I don't know if I feel like this brewery, sometimes there's brew pubs that are, especially older brew pubs that are okay, you're just kind of going on the fact that you are a brew pub to have your restaurant run versus actually making interesting beers. But no,
yeah, I feel that.
I am glad I got the flight. But just to kind of confirm, I was like, okay, I'm not really missing all that much. Yeah, they did. I did go into another brewery. I will shout out on the podcast, Three Bears Brewing in Banff. Very cool. Cool vibes. Only like 6 beers on tap. They opened in 2020, so maybe they're still working on some stuff. But they're rotating black IPA. Very tasty. Very good.
Ooh, yeah, that's a black IPAs. We say it. You don't see them very often.
No, you don't.
The ones that I've had have been extremely good. So I think you kind of have to be. I think they have to be good for people for like a brewery to put them out. You know.
Yeah, no one's half-assing their black IPAs. You're saying?
Yeah, I think that they're so like I don't know. They're so few and far between. You almost have to have a good one in order for it to sell, or else you're not going to sell any of it. I don't know. I remember one of the we went to Black Hog Brewing Company up in Connecticut a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they had a black IPA, and it was called Black Hog Down, which I thought was an extremely good name.
Good name.
For
5-star name.
For 5-star name for the brewery. And I fell in love with this black IPA. I've not had it since. I think I've only had it the one time. I fell in love with this black IPA. I've been back to Hog River, and no offense, they're not the greatest. They don't make the greatest beer. But that black IPA, I'm I kept going back trying to get more, and I never got any more. So, but that's the power of a good black IPA.
Sad
It'll make you keep going back.
Yeah.
Hoping to get more of it.
But man, all this talking about beer.
All this beer talk. Yeah, I know. It's making me thirsty, I think.
Yeah. No soundboard tonight. Otherwise we would we put something in. Maybe I'll do it in post. Who knows? We'll see how motivated I am.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party.
So do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Go for it.
Go first? Okay, cool. I have a pretty interesting beer that I want to share with you guys.
Chris alluded to it. You alluded to it before we started recording. So that's part of why I was like, no, I want you to go. I want to hear what this interesting beer is.
And it's, I picked this up, I think, at my new favorite grocery store, Lowe's Foods. Shout out to Lowe's Foods.
I was going to say no relation, but some relation.
Yeah, sort of relation to my ex job. It was a Gosa that I had not really had a lot of. I had not had a lot of the brewery first and foremost, but I'd heard of them. But this is Gizmo Brewworks. It's called Forbidden Fruits, which is a blackberry mint Gosa.
Okay.
So, you can see the can right there. It's got the 2 hands holding out the forbidden fruit to the snaky up there, and
the snake's tempting them you should eat that forbidden fruit, or at least brew it into a beer.
Yeah, exactly. And Gizmo Brewworks is out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and I haven't had a ton of their beers, but I saw a few at the Lowe's Foods, and I decided to pick up some 4-packs, and they've been really, really solid. So I'd heard of them. And this, I'll read. I'll in honor of Tud, I'll read the can and let it's not a very long passage, but there is a passage.
Okay.
Tempted, no judgment here. See, this rotating fruited Gosa is your new guilty pleasure. Over 100 pounds of fresh fruit is added to each batch, changing seasonally with whatever is currently growing in Eden.
Ooh.
Sweet, salty, sour, sinful. It's only 4.3%. So nice light one, but let's see how this thing pours. Oh. I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow. I will say the soundboard does take up a lot of pouring
time. Yeah.
Pouring time.
Yeah, it definitely helps out.
All right, so I got it almost all poured in. I got a little bit of a big frothy head on this thing.
Your favorite kinds.
Favorite kinds, yes. There it is. It is a if you didn't know it was a Gosa, I would say it kind of looks pretty IPA-ish. It's got that orange, New England IPA hue to it. It's not see-through. It is unfiltered. Nice big white head on it.
Definitely not berry colored.
Definitely not berry colored, which I think I expected. I think I expected like a purple tinge or something like that.
Yeah, with that purple snake on the can, I was like expecting it to be a Kool-Aid looking beer.
Yeah, I know. I am surprised, but let's see. So this is like I said, a blackberry mint gosa, and on the nose, I do get some of that blackberry. And on the very end of the nose taste, I get like just a tiny hint of the fact that there's some mint in there. So it's not like spearmint gum mint, it's not that kind of mint or anything like that. But yeah,
like mojito mint maybe.
Yes, like mojito mint. There you go. Very, very, very good job. That's why we keep you around. You're the mint expert of the pod. But here we go. I'm excited to try this.
I think if Tud is the fruit spurt, I get to be like herb spurt.
The herb spurt.
Yeah.
Now that's really good. This is interesting. First and foremost, you get hit with some bitterness and some pucker from the blackberry, and the fact that it's just a gosa. So I mean, you get a little bit of that saltiness in there. But then it kind of does finish, and maybe it's just because you said mojito. It finishes kind of like a mojito. You get that like nice minty freshness at the end. That kind of adds a little bit of an extra cool kick to it. So, but it's really, really like refreshing, like on a hot summer day, like it is all the time here. It's
the land of always summer.
The land of always summer. But it's, I don't know. It's just, it's different. I've not had many mint and beer. Now I've drank many a mojito, but yeah, see that time I got a lot more mint than I did the first couple sips. So I'm adjusting, and the mint hits pretty hard in the middle and then tails off at the end. You get a tad bit of sweetness from blackberry, but blackberry's not overly sweet to begin with. So, but it's a very solid beer. Like it's, you do get all of those things, including the sinful, especially the sinful. Like I just feel like I feel like I'm going a little bit more to hell now. I don't know why.
Yeah, just a little bit further from that right path. Yeah,
exactly. But like a really, really good, easy drinker. Nothing too crazy. I mean, if you get some pucker, but it's not like Warheads. It's maybe a 5 on the sour scale. It's not too bad. Get a slight bit of pucker, but then the mint picks it up and the blackberry carries it out. And solid beer, very solid beer.
It's a nice balanced gosa. In other words,
yeah. Sometimes, and I don't know, like sours, and in my old drinking age, like gosas used to be like not my favorite. They used to, especially the ones that are very heavy on the salt, like the ones that taste like you're drinking seawater. And like, so they never used to really be my favorite, but since they've started doing a lot of these kind of things with like the berries and, adding a little bit, and I think a lot of breweries have learned how to temper, so it's not just straight up salt water. They've really come around for me.
I feel like they used to be a lot more extreme on the sour and salty scale, and places are dialing that back a little bit, which is nice.
Yeah, and so I had a salty taste in my mouth for a long time about gosas.
Oh, okay.
It was a play on words.
Yeah.
It's just it's a podcast thing. You don't understand. But more recently they're becoming one of my go-tos. Maybe my palate is just evolving, and maybe that's what it is. But I'm gonna give it a 4. I think it is. Yeah, I think it's. I know. I just kind of jumped into it. I'm trying this thing. Just jump into it. And but I'm gonna give it a 4. I think it's different. It's very, very well done. I don't know how you could really. Maybe I don't know. I'd like to try. It sounds like they do different variants, so I would like to try the different variants, and just based on the fact changing seasonally. So I'd like to try some different variants. Maybe like a sweeter fruit might balance it a little bit better. Maybe like a peach.
Ooh.
I don't know how peach would. I guess
Salty peach, huh?
salty minty peach.
Yeah.
Delicious. Or a strawberry maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we could talk about the different variants.
Watermelon. Yeah.
Once we get through this average here, but I think this is the only forbidden fruit with mint in it. The rest don't seem to all have that mint side of it. So
okay. So this one kind of sets it apart. Okay, got you. Let me see.
So
how many check-ins?
103 check-ins on this forbidden fruit, blackberry, and mint.
Damn. Okay.
Now, do you think everyone else's palate has suggested to that salty taste in their mouth, or is it just you?
I don't know. This is hard. This is a hard one. I'd like to think that people are right where I'm at. I think they're right around me. My gut is telling me that it's going to be a little bit lower than me, or a little bit higher than me. It's one of the two.
Or exactly what you said.
Exactly what I said. Right. I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna err on the side of judgment. Err on the side of caution. I don't know. Err on the side of error, and I'm gonna say 4.03. That was the first number that came to mind. Was a 403.
You're a little high. It's a
Damn.
3.84.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit.
Leaving it open for me.
Yeah, I know. Goodness, that was not good. That was not a good
0.19
guess.
on the board though.
I wasn't even close.
103 check-ins though. So like I said, it's not a ton out there.
I'm surprised. Well, I did say either higher or lower than me, so
That
I'm
is
not
true.
That surprised.
You kind of did call it a little bit.
Oh,
So yeah, there's
don't know.
also blueberry, a prickly pear and raspberry, lemon and basil. Ooh, that sounds good.
Okay.
Pineapple, pink guava, tangerine and ginger, blueberry lemon. Oh, they got a lot here. Papaya mango, tangerine ginger. So
Okay.
looks like Untapped, the most fans of the straight up blueberry with a 3.87. So
Okay, so not the biggest fans, but they're not bad.
Yeah, none on here cracked that 4 barrier.
Well, for me, this one did.
Yeah. Nice.
But Obert, what do you got for
Well,
us?
right now I've been drinking this Spindrift pineapple sparkling water. Gotta say,
Cool.
pre-beverage recommendation here. It's pretty good if you're not into seltzer. This is like the best. This is like the most flavorful one. But at this point, it's just like kind of like fruit juice with bubbles in it. I don't know. It's like, are we really still seltzer here? But it was new in my store, so I wanted to check it out. But onto the beer portion of my review. I did pick up a couple beers on my drive down from Canada in the return to the Beers from the North series.
Nice.
I want your help though, picking them out. Which one I should drink tonight?
Mix 'em.
I did not. Yeah, there we go. And then I have to give a review to each one without trying them individually.
Exactly.
I did not visit any of these breweries. Full disclosure.
Okay.
But I have a Frambozen from Steamworks Brewery out of Burnaby, British Columbia. I have the Captain Hazy IPA from Stanley Park Brewing out of Vancouver, BC. And following Todd's advice, I did get a Collective Arts beer. I got their Mai Tai Sour. Again, from Collective Arts out of Montreal. Oh, wait, no, that's the art is from Montreal. Where's Collective Arts? Hamilton, Ontario. Yeah. So, yeah, we have a strawberry ale, a Mai Tai Sour, and a hazy IPA.
I am most intrigued by the strawberry ale myself.
Okay.
We don't have. I should just make you do a hazy IPA for the 5 bajillionth time.
I know, right? Yeah, so let's see if I can learn any more about this on the can. It looks like it's all it says on the bottom is it's a strong beer, 7% ABV, Frambozen. So steam brewed.
Frambozen?
That's
Is that what you said?
That's the name of it. So it's,
okay.
yeah, it looks like there's a bridge on here with some steam coming out of it with some raspberries. I think that's what those are. Did I say strawberries before?
You did, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're not strawberries. Upon closer inspection, I'm not the fruit spurt. We've decided they're not strawberries. They are raspberries.
Okay, yep. I see the logo. Yes, that is definitely a raspberry. But
so what do you think? Should I go for it?
it's definitely it's the most different than all the other ones. You know what? I would save the Mai Tai one for when Tud gets back.
Okay.
I think whenever we are all on a Discord call again, I think that'll be a good tribute to him because you took his advice.
That's true. And maybe you should save this one for the patrons because I'm really intrigued what the Mai Tai Sour is going to be. Orange juice, lime juice, bitter, orange peel, and orgeat.
That does sound very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, do the frambozen. When you were saying it at first, I was like, he's not talking about like a framboise or anything like that, right?
Yeah, I think it's like the play on that. So it's
like a stronger version of that.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the Steamworks Brewery. Let's dive on in and see how their beer is.
Red Solo Cup. You're not just a cup.
No, God, no.
You're my friend.
Friend.
Yeah.
Lifelong.
Thank you for being my friend.
Smells strong. Doesn't smell like raspberries or strawberries.
Certainly does 0% strawberry.
It smells like
Minimal
beer.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's dark.
Yeah.
Oh, and clear.
Dark, clear, and red. You
Yeah.
can see that. But it definitely looks redder on IRL than it does on the webcam. I don't know. Hopefully this one's cold enough. I just got back from Canada an hour before this podcast started and threw it in the fridge. So we'll see. Let me top it off. This is not a Chris approved head.
No.
Unfortunately.
Very thin head.
Yeah. Not like that last salty beer from Chris.
Nope.
But yeah, I can't really describe too much of the smell. It just smells like a stronger beer. I don't get very many fruity notes at all. Just like bar rag.
Oh no.
But let's see if it tastes better than it smells.
Hopefully it doesn't taste like bar rag.
Okay, wow.
Oh, exactly like bar rag.
You ever just suck on a bar rag? You ever go to a bar and just ask for the rag and
Yeah.
just go to town?
Just squeeze it into your glass.
Like a teething infant.
I always used to go down and give my kid the bar rag.
Wow, lots of raspberry in here.
Ooh.
Or I don't know if I could distinguish it from raspberry, but it's definitely strong berry flavors.
Okay.
Not so much the artificial raspberry tastes. It tastes like the real thing. Yeah, quite the berry punch in here. Not a lot of body to it though. It's not a very complex beer, I would say. It's very straightforward. It does one thing and one thing only, and that's put the taste of raspberry in your mouth and get you a little drunk. Two things, I guess. Yeah, it very mild malt characteristics. Yeah, I'd say it's a very straightforward, lighter malt profile. Yeah, very, very few of the darker malts, if any. It's just that it's a very clean build. Same, you could say the same about the hop profile. There's just the basic hop profile. I don't know like what hops they use in a standard like American ale or like blonde ale or Budweiser even, like just not very bittering, not very floral.
I don't know either. I'm sure we.
Let's ask Budweiser.
Sure we're a Google away. Yeah, ask Budweiser.com.
Okay, we're going to pause the podcast. We're going to come back to you with what hops are in Budweiser. Well, when you Google what hops are in, it autofills Budweiser. Yeah. You know what? I should have gone with my gut and said Hallertau, and that seems like it's the first thing.
Yeah.
Because that's
Saz and Tetnanger.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole article about beer, about Budweiser, and wow, this is like a one-page thing from beerandbrewing.com/dictionary, and then their whole article on Budweiser. But, I think we should dedicate an episode to Budweiser.
We should.
We should do, or like something like that, where we just go to like classic beers that changed the world. We should do that. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Instead of just cracking open a beer and reviewing it. But I think I'm trying to avoid reviewing this beer because, like I said, they really just wanted to get you that raspberry flavor in and out, one and done, and they did. So I don't know. This one will be good on a flight board. This one will be good as a compliment to 5 other beers on a flight board. We're like, oh yeah, I need some raspberry note to distinguish between this pale ale and that IPA to kind of balance out my palate. But I don't know. It's too simple. I wish that I had some mint and salt and haziness
Blackberry.
going on. Yeah, but instead it's just raspberry. So just gonna get a 3.5 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Unwrappd has 2,283 ratings.
Okay.
So quite a few ratings.
Yeah. I think they're going to be on the same page as me with not loving this beer. But, above a 3.5. I think they're going to give it like a 3.64.
Okay, so it's a 3.4.
Wow.
So they actually liked it even less than you did.
Yeah. I can't believe you got man of the people out of this one.
Me neither.
I was like, under 3.5. That's rare for a beer to see on Untappd.
I know. Well, I saw it and I was like, oh man. I was like,
lock it in.
I was like, this is an extremely low rated beer. So I was wondering what you were going to, and then the way you were describing it, I don't know. I feel like the way you described it and you gave it a 3.5, I feel like Untappd would have either liked it or liked it less, One
Yeah.
of those two for sure. I don't know. It just, you don't often see a beer that's a 3.4 on Untappd. And, I don't know. I guess I was surprised.
Yeah, I think part of I don't know if they would have brewed this beer for the first time today. I'm kind of guessing that this is maybe an older style of theirs because, like I said, it is so simple, and beer today seems to tend to be more complex. This is, I think, a good beer for every brewery to have on tap for the people who come in that aren't beer drinkers that just like fruit beer or something like that. This would be a good drink for them. But I feel at least validated with Untappd that they were right there with me in the closer to 3 than 4 rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hold solace in that. Yeah, for sure. I'm looking up. I was just curious because I don't know. Seems like Frambozen's are a raspberry lambic style ale. That's all I'm really seeing. But a number of people do them, including New Belgium. New Belgium has done one.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's always raspberry. Everything I see is raspberry.
Yeah, well, the framboise, like you said, is the
That's true.
raspberry from, I don't know who makes that, but I think that's the lambic as well.
Yeah, but it's not as strong. I think those are like really light. I think they're like 4% or 5%, something like that. They're very sweet. I remember it being very sweet.
Yeah, I remember it too. I haven't had one since I was 21. Yeah.
It's been a long time, but I remember it being sweet. So seems like this may be like the harder version of a framboise, which makes sense.
No, I think it's, harder maybe in flavor, but I think framboise is like double-digit alcohol. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Let's find out.
Let's ask Budweiser.
Yeah.
Framboise, okay, maybe. No,
Oh,
2.5%.
2.5.
I knew it was low. I thought it was higher than that, but yeah.
That's interesting because I always thought it was like really strong because I think it's like expensive. But good to know. Framboise is very light. Frambozen is less light.
So, if you're in the mood for raspberries and to get drunk, Frambozen's the way to go. Framboise just won't get you there, unfortunately. Right. So, you went to Canada, right?
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Went up there. Saw some things. Bought some beer.
Sweet. Well, speaking of not the United States,
Foreign lands.
I don't remember if I talked about it on the podcast last week. I might have, or I talked to you about you guys, but we did. Myself and Dana did a snack trade.
Are you forgetting the exhaustive debate we had about Cadbury versus Cadbury on the podcast?
You know what? I did, even though I have both Cadburys for taste testing purposes. I forgot why I bought both Cadburys. No, okay. So that was on the podcast. Good. Good to know.
I think it was like I think it was almost most of our podcast, to be honest. We had talked about the shipping prices. We talked about who owns Cadbury.
Okay.
It was our listeners are already hitting the fast forward button. Not this again.
Well, anywho, we have the definitive breakdown, or it's like a candy Revolutionary War. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I live on the podcast, I'm going to have both some of Cadbury Dairy Milk bars, one processed here in the good US of A, and the other overseas in the UK. So I'm very excited. I know I told Dana, I was like, you can have a small nibble of each. Because
You're
I'm
so
very
generous. Yeah.
I can't help but give. I just can't help it. So I'm going to grab those right now. So these bars have been kept in the fridge because I believe, especially being in the South, it's the only way to keep chocolate from being all melty. So, and I prefer a little bit of crunch with my chocolate. So
you like your chocolate like you like your butter, hard to spread on bread.
No, actually, that's my least favorite part of butter.
Okay, you like your chocolate the opposite of like you like your butter.
I wish I just had liquid butter, but no, I can't believe it's not butter. Just liquid butter that I could just like, boop,
As long as Chris can't put this chocolate on popcorn easily, then he's happy.
So I have both bars here, and the first thing I want to say, so this is the one from the good old US of A, right? Look at this, right? It's like, it's thin, the wrapping is like, well, I mean, y'all have seen Cadbury bars in the store. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's
blue, shiny. What are you trying to say?
It's purple. I don't know. Yeah, shiny. It's like kind of like, yeah, it's cheap. I don't know. And then you look at this thing. Now this other bar that I'm holding in my hand is thicker. First and foremost, look at the
Oh
width.
yeah,
so much thicker.
it's a girthy bar.
It's a girthy bar, and this is like the kind of chocolate bar that I expect out of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
Like the wrapping and everything. Like if I open this up and there's a golden ticket, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would just assume they all come with golden tickets. Versus this, whatever this is.
it's a lot of
What
factory
are we even
chores.
doing with our wrapping? What are we even doing with this? Anyways, so I don't know what the best way to do this is. Oh, and it's printed differently. One's printed vertically, the other horizontally.
Yeah, you got American bars are portrait, European bars are landscape.
Exactly. There you go. I don't know why.
I think we all know we should start with the U.S. one. I think
The US one, okay.
because to let everybody know where we're at with our baseline.
Right. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what the breakdown is. This one says it right on there. But I don't see there's like not a breakdown on the
Of like which percent milk, which percent chocolate.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like this one straight on the thing says 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. Just right on there.
Oh, there we
just
go.
like that.
American
this
one. Who knows how sustainably sourced it is?
Who knows? It's all I know is it's velvety smooth. That doesn't do me any good.
100% questionably sourced cacao.
Yep, I see nothing. Nothing about how much cocoa it is in it. Oh Lord. Okay. Well, we're gonna start with this one.
They can't hear you. They can't see you.
We're gonna start with the American one.
Okay.
As the winner,
They can hear the cheap wrapper though.
Yeah, they heard the cheap. They knew what I was doing. We're gonna start with this one, the American one, because as the reigning champions of the Revolutionary War, we deserve to go first, I guess.
Yeah, the revolutionaries. Here we go.
Yeah. So you got your little squares of chocolate. See how it is. I mean, to be fair, I do enjoy Cadbury chocolate. We talked about this last week. So
Chris is now chewing the chocolate and weighing it very carefully.
Oh, I thought I hit mute. I meant to hit mute.
I could tell. I heard you touch the mute button, and then I heard you chewing. So.
Sorry. Okay, now mute for real.
Chris is following the Todd method of you have to take the 3 bites. You have to do the shock, the adjustment, and then the enjoyment bite. So you'd have at least 3 squares of Cadbury bar just to make sure he was really experiencing the true chocolate flavor.
Okay, so had my three bites of the American bar, and I mean it's what I grew up with. It's it's good. It's very sweet, velvety smooth. Yes. I mean, I don't know how much else to describe chocolate. I guess very chocolatey flavored.
I know.
It tastes like chocolate.
I think you'll have more to say when you could compare it. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm excited. I don't even I want to open it, but I don't want to open it at the same time because
if you don't open it, then you'll never get the golden ticket. So
that is true. I'll win Cadbury's.
You'll find out that the factory
Chocolate
tour
factory.
was last month, and then
Can't go.
right.
So opening up this gorgeous wrapper, straight out of a listen to this thing.
Looks like a leathery tome.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, the wrapper is okay. So the wrapper is it's open and reclose. Wait, what? Hold on. How? Apparently, you can open and close it again.
This is how you know Americans are fat, because we don't have this. We don't have this problem in the U.S.
It's not meant to be reclosed.
There's no resealing a chocolate bar.
Okay, hold on. Did I do it? Did I do it right?
Well, Dana will be very happy.
Uh-huh.
Dana will be happy that you'll be able to save her some.
Wait, how do you reclose it? I guess it just kind of sticks back together. Okay, it kind of sticks back together. Interesting. Resealable candy bars. Who would have thunk it? Is this allowed?
Europeans, apparently. The British.
Apparently Europeans. All right. I got a little bit of... I need more than that. I need more than that to get the real taste.
Now, were the squares the same size?
No, the squares. So that was the first thing I noticed. The squares are not the same size. The squares are a little bit smaller, a little bit less defined. Like, it looks like these were made with I'm sure they're all made with molds, but these molds are not as
sharp. They're like
sharp. Yes,
more rounded squares. Yeah.
So, but let's see. It's already starting to melt in my hand. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
I think according to M&M's marketing, that's a bad sign.
That's true. Oh goodness. Okay, so let's see if the UK can redeem themselves a couple hundred years later. Okay, so vastly different.
Okay.
I think we all knew this was coming. I think maybe. I don't know enough about chocolate to describe why the consistency is different, but whereas the American is more sweet, very heavy chocolate flavor. It is smooth, but even now it's I don't know. It's very very sweet. It's smooth. There's nothing too much to say about it, but the UK version is very very. Now it's not quite as sweet. It's still sweet, of course. It's chocolate. But it's more creamy than the US version. So it seems to break down more. I don't know if that makes sense, but it melts quicker than the US one, and then it's got more of a creamy, almost milky taste in the middle, which is extremely. I mean, it's very very good. But unless you were looking at the wrappers, I don't even know if you'd be able to tell that they were necessarily the same candy bar.
Oh wow, so it's that different.
The texture is very different. The taste is kind of it's a little, like I said, it's less sweet for the UK version, but more creamy and slightly more, I guess, real chocolate taste versus just straight I don't know, synthetic. I don't know if that's the right word. It probably isn't the right technical word. There's probably a reason that they taste so much different, but yeah, I mean, it's a noticeable difference. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this big a difference. I'm a little thrown by it, and I wish I wish I knew more about candy outside of the fact that I enjoy eating it. Literally, that's the one thing I can tell you is I like eating candy.
At least you like drinking beer, but at least you've brewed beer. You've never made your own.
Right, I've never made candy before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it Okay, let's see. Let's see what the ingredients are, actually. Let me see what the ingredients are. They have to put those. So the only thing I'm seeing is the vegetable fats. That's the one that is and lactose. There's lactose in the American one that is not mentioned. I don't know. But anyways, there's a distinct difference.
Okay.
I think the UK version is better.
Well, so it sounds like the UK version is a good s'mores option for sure. If you like that nice melty chocolate, the US version is a good keep it in your back pocket for an extra minute option.
Yeah, no, the UK version immediately starts melting. So I will say that if you live in the South, you're gonna have to eat the American version, or else you're just gonna be drinking melted chocolate out of a wrapper,
The UK version has to be kept in the fridge at all times.
even when you're eating it. Yes.
Or even when you're buying it, it's got to be in the fridge section of your grocery store.
Oh, looks like Dana doesn't want her pieces. I know. I was podcasting. This is how the magic happens.
So one thing that I should have asked you before you opened the UK version was, can you give us a rating here on the candy scale?
Oh man, what's that called?
I don't know,
Candy
0 to
scale?
5. If there was an untapped for candy, I don't know what it would be called.
Okay, so it's it would have to be unwrapped, right? Like it would just have to be.
That's
Yeah.
the answer. Good call. WRAPPD, Unwrapped.
Right.
So on Unwrapped, what are you giving the US Cadbury bar?
I mean, it's a standard. I think it's the best, one of the best chocolate. Well, I think the Cadbury Dark is like, I'm a dark chocolate guy, if I'm being real. So, I mean, it's a solid. I mean, it's a 4. I'll say it's a 4.
Okay.
You know, like if a Hershey bar is like a standard 3 or 2.5, you know,
That's a big jump from Hershey to Cadbury then.
I think it's a noticeable jump personally, but you know, and I don't know. I guess I'm pretty unfancy when it comes to candy. I don't have like any of these sophisticated like.
Well, you just told me that Hershey, you're a step ahead of Hershey, so I think you're ahead of most people's palates here on chocolate
Think
bars.
so? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll eat a Hershey bar.
I've seen Hershey wrappers in Chris's vicinity before. So.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. But,
So if the US version's a 4, what are we saying our red coat chocolate is going to be coming in at here?
I mean, I kind of like the creaminess of it. Not as big a fan of the meltiness, but like they're close. But I think if I had to go on the unwrapped scale, then it would probably be a 4.25, maybe like a 4.2.
Okay.
If I paid for unwrapped, if I paid for unwrapped, it'd probably be like maybe a 4.1, 4.2. But yeah, 4.25. I think it was very good. It was very good. It's those vegetable fats, probably.
Well, I got to say, I also earned some new international check-ins on Unwrapped this weekend.
Ooh,
with my trip
okay.
to Canada. I said, we got to stop at the grocery store and load up on junk food. So as I mentioned, I drove up to Banff by way of Calgary. It's like a 5-hour drive for me. It's probably in the car, you know, over the Labor Day weekend. And it's the only difference up there is they spell it with a U. So it's Labor Day in Canada. But, you know, over the last 3 or 4 days, I probably spent, 5 or 6 hours in the car every day. So plenty of time to eat those car snacks. And said, we have to stop at the grocery store to get Canadian junk food so we can compare it to the U.S. version. And I do have some here that I want to bring on the podcast,
Ooh.
but obviously not all of it made it home. This is not a planned segment. I don't know if this was my imagination or if this is the truth, but the Oreos, the cream tasted creamier. And it might have been because they were in the car, so it was a little warmer. I think that might have had something to do with it.
Maybe.
But the double stuff, the stuff was a little smoother, silkier, creamier.
Okay.
It was good stuff.
With one F?
With one F. It's the opposite of thick. Stuff with one F. But I also tried I had some Starburst gummies that were like duos, I think they were called. They might be in the US
okay.
too. But those are pretty good. I would give the double stuff Oreos probably a solid 4. The Canadian version a little better than the US version. The Starburst Duos, I was expecting more. They kind of reminded me of the old Lifesaver gummies. You ever have those? The rings? Those were pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
Not as good as those, but
Okay.
but they were pretty good. One thing that I did want to bring to the podcast though is a less of a candy, more of a junk food. I have the Canadian version of Cheetos, which they call Cheezies. Cheezies.
Okay. I have friends in my Discord that are in Canada. I'm going to send them a snippet of you holding cheesies.
Yeah.
And ask if they know what these. Well, of course they're going to know what these are. But,
they might not. Who knows? Might have just
might
been
not.
an Albertan thing.
Maybe. I believe they're Eastern Canadians, so it might not be. They might not be over there. But here we go. And I was going to say we've talked about what are they called? Those things, Oreos on stream before.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Canadians are very, very jealous of the variety that the U.S. gets. So, because they were saying like we get like all these like weird kinds with peanut butter and all that fun stuff, and they don't apparently. So
they had some. I probably saw about 7 varieties of Oreos in the store. They had the birthday cake ones. They had the dipped ones. They had mint.
okay.
I think they had like the vanilla cookie ones as well. They had a good amount. Sometimes you see all this crazy shit online of like watermelon flavored Oreos. I don't know. Who would buy those anyway? I think
I honestly have no idea.
the novelty, right?
Right,
But
yeah.
one thing that was intriguing is the Oreo package. They had the regular size, but then they also had a smaller size, which was nice for, like I said, for the car. It was like, 3 rows, maybe half as long as a regular Oreo container, which was cool. I like that they have smaller options. But yeah, so I got the cheesies here, and I can show Chris. I can't really show the listeners at home. But one thing about the cheesies is, I don't know how well you can tell, but they're basically exactly a mix of if you mixed the puffs with the crunchy kind.
Yeah, they didn't look as yeah, that's exactly right. They're
So
like right in the middle.
They're like half puffed.
Yeah.
Which I ended up being a really big fan of.
Okay.
I'm gonna chew on some now. They still get all over your hands and stuff, but I really liked the option of halfway between the two. It had a really satisfying crunch, but a little bulkier, a little more volume, just a little puffier. I think that the cheese balls or the big curved ones they're not for me. They like cut your mouth up and everything, and I don't know. I really like the cheesies. I wish that we had these here because they're just like extra large regular Cheetos, not puffs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Cheeto fan. Like, I don't know. They never really did it for me. The puffs or the I guess regular Cheetos. Are regular Cheetos the small ones?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I always thought they were the big puffy ones.
Let's
but
ask the cheetah guy. Chester. Let's ask Chester.
But I mean, I could probably get behind something like that, like a mix of the two. I would definitely eat some.
Maybe
Sure.
I just like it for the novelty, but
maybe
it
it's
was
possible.
fun.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's cool. I'll have to tell Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa Pickles. And tell her that you saw some of those fun Oreos. She did, by the way, of course, recognize them right away in the Discord.
Yeah.
And she seemed pretty excited about them. So
Yeah, they're good. I wish we had cheesies in the States. It seemed like they had a lot of good candy up there. I did buy some very fancy chocolate and Fernie, which I'm excited to have. But the cheesies are going to get like a solid 4.3 on the new Unwrappd scale.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
So not only is it you had to pay for it. So.
Right. I did.
You have to pay for Unwrappd. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
get some new check-ins, which is always good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm closing in on 150 check-ins on Unwrapped, and it only came out not that long ago. So,
Do you think you consume more calories checking in stuff on Unwrapped or Untapped?
ooh, that's tough. I wonder if there was an Unwrapped.
There probably is. iTunes right in. Android App Store right in.
But like, would I buy a whole bag of Doritos, or would I just buy a little bit so I could check it in for Unwrapped, and then move on to the next thing? Would we have flights of Cheetos?
That's what I want to have. Is the Cheetos
That's what we
flights. Yeah, for sure.
Here's a nacho cheese Dorito. Here's a Cheesies. Here's a
Yeah, you go to the Pringles aisle and you just get like a whole thing of like the little tiny cans of all the flavors.
There you go.
That's what I want.
So long story short, for hashtag Tudfit, I'm going to be eating just a little bit of all the snacks.
Yeah, I did see in Canada they had a lot more smaller portion things. Which was interesting.
Kind of like the reclosable.
The reclosable chocolate bar.
The reclosable chocolate bar, which is a non-thing in the United States.
That's actually one thing I wanted to point out is the glue they used seemed harder to open things. I had like a 1 ounce bag of chips, and I thought that I was going to get them all over the car, just like trying as hard as I could to pry it open. Even the stickers on the apples seemed like they were harder to peel off, which I thought was interesting.
I wonder why. That is.
We got the food glue figured out in the U.S. I don't know what they're doing overseas or internationally.
Maybe they do it on purpose so people really think, do I want to expend the energy? Maybe that extra energy that they expel by opening those packages will then counteract the amount they eat.
I was going to eat this pear, but the sticker was too hard to take off, so I put it back.
So I threw it away.
Instead, I just reopened my resaleable chocolate that I had saved.
Oh, man.
But there we go. There we have it. Some snacks from the North, some beer from the Brits. I mean, not beer from the Brits. That would be a better title. But
it would be.
Chocolate from the Brits. That was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
I can't avoid it any longer, Chris. Gatekeeper, keeping that gate.
Yep.
Honk, 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 honk. Let me go add your tally to the board here.
Thank you. Yes. By the time all this is all said and done,
Catching up.
I feel like I'm going to be the constant over the next few weeks. So I could pass Todd.
Here's your chance.
I mean, I'm up to 9. He's only got 11. So, and one of them's an asterisk anyway. So,
Chris is, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good NASCAR analogy. Chris is, down low coming into the fourth corner. I don't know.
Yep. And Ricky Craven at the Southern 500 in 2004. No, not even.
I can tell you still watch a lot of racing.
2002. When was that? 2003? 2003. I think it was. It was a long time ago. Now. I
did. I will say that all the sports bars in Canada, they had TSN on instead of ESPN. It's TSN. And
Toronto Sport Network?
Yeah. And I mean, all they have is like the Blue Jays and the Raptors and, hockey, but that hasn't started yet. And I guess basketball isn't either. But they were big fans of baseball. Was on a lot. And I guess, it is also early September. What else are you going to watch?
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. I do believe they are huge into at least the Blue Jays.
In Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely in Toronto. But you clearly weren't in Toronto.
No. Yeah. I was in Alberta where they root for the Calgary Flames and whatever their CFL or the CFL team that they have there. I think Edmonton has the Oilers or something like that.
Yes, that's hockey.
Okay.
Yep.
But I did catch a few minutes of a CFL game, which is interesting. Seems like much easier to concuss yourself on the goalposts in CFL where they're at the goal line.
Yeah, I don't know why they're there. I don't understand.
And the end zones are like 20 yards deep, so you can really huck it into there. But they do sports weird. Canada's sports weird. That's our hot take on this podcast.
That's where Kurt Warner played. Kurt Warner played in the CFL before he went to the NFL.
I wonder if it was
And
hard to convert
a number of different
over.
people.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know how he got on here. NASCAR? Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But anyway, it's time for our Frosty mug of wisdom, where we take out our two-handled mug out of the freezer. It's taking up a lot of space back there. Blow the dust off. Fill it up for you with wisdom-y wisdom, stuff we like, love, life advice, products, Amazon things. I don't know. We'll find out on today's segment, the Frosty Mug of Wisdom, which we start with this song from Jordan. Jordan, take it away. All right. Thank you, Jordan. Chris, gatekeeper, honk, 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 honk. What are you thinking for the Frosty Mug this week?
Well, I think I'm going to let you go first. I think I'm going to pass it along to you.
Pass that torch to me.
Yep.
Can I make
the right
cheesies?
thing to do.
Can I make cheesies a handle?
That was going to be my handle.
Cheesies. You were gonna do cheesies.
Yeah.
All right, I got a handle for you this week. This one's fresh for me, maybe not so fresh for some of you, but spending so much time in the car over the Labor Day with the extra U in there, the Labor Day weekend, I had some time to reacquaint myself with some podcasts that I used to listen to and don't anymore. And I have to recommend Stuff You Should Know from Josh and Clark, which is now an iHeartRadio show. They do a new thing called Short Stuff, where they have podcasts that are like 15-ish minutes that just get to the heart of the matter. And they really drill down. And I like the new segment. And I say new, I think they've been doing it like since the election. So they've been doing it since like late 2020 at least. I used to listen to Stuff You Should Know. I don't anymore. Trying to get back into it. Blevin, actually, this is a Blevin handle, courtesy of Blevin. He recommended some episodes to me that I check out. Their one on thread count was pretty entertaining. I was laughing through that one. Their haunted real estate episode, garter snakes, and 5 Lazarus species. Overall good short stuff takes. So go into your podcast catcher, type in Stuff You Should Know, find those episodes. That's a good introduction to the show. Chris, you ever listen to Stuff You Should Know?
Oh, I haven't. No.
Oh,
No.
Their back catalog. They were like one of the OG podcasts.
I've heard you talk about them before, and I think Tud has listened to them before, or Dan, or somebody. But I've definitely heard of them a lot. I just haven't. I don't know. It's just one of the ones that slipped under my radar, I guess, for 12 years.
I think the subject matter is pretty vanilla, but the hosts have amazing chemistry, and they really keep you engaged, and it strikes the right balance of informative and entertaining, and it makes me laugh, which is always good. There's a special place in my heart for Josh and Chuck, and I don't listen to them as much as I used to anymore, but I really can't recommend it enough. If you're someone who commutes, try out their short stuff episodes if their old format was a little long. But there you go. Stuff You Should Know, SYSK. Chris, what do you got for us?
All right. So I recently bought a gaming laptop, which I'm very excited for. Yes. And I saw this thing on TikTok, but I've seen it before, and I've wanted one, but I've never pulled the trigger. But while I was piling all these things into my Newegg cart, I was like, you know what? Let's throw this bad boy on there. It was on sale, and that is a portable monitor. So it's kind of a neat thing. It's basically like a very large tablet that you can use to extend your displays on a computer or a laptop, as we see, and basically it just connects to your computer as via USB-C, and it acts as a monitor that you can use and it's the one I have is 15.6 inches, so it's like a decent size.
I thought when you said iPad, I thought it was like a small tablet, or when you said tablet, I thought it was like a small tablet. That's huge.
Yeah, so it's it's basically like your average laptop screen is about 15 inches, so it's about the same size as that, but if you're traveling or if you're looking, and you can use it. The one I have is pretty much strictly for either a laptop or like a computer. But there's others that you can use for your phone, for if you have an iPad or whatever.
Double iPad.
Double iPad. It's not touchscreen or anything.
But
it is.
Okay, I was gonna ask that.
It's not a touchscreen, but it's pretty neat. Like I'm excited that I bought one, especially for what I plan on using my laptop for. But like, you don't realize how much you miss a second monitor until you don't have one, and so it's really nice to just be able to USB-C, plug it in, boom, 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 and you're good to go. And then it folds. Like it's no thicker than a laptop, like a tablet,
like an American Cadbury cream,
like an
American Cadbury bar.
Exactly. So it's pretty cool, and I was playing with it. I was playing with it the other day, and I was playing with it today. Where Dana was like, "What do you even like?" I just had it up to have it up, but I was using my laptop, and I had it off to the side, had my Twitch streams up, and all that stuff. So it's kind of cool if you have if you ever find the need of maybe you don't want to commit to a second monitor all the time, or maybe you travel a lot. It's like a really, really nice additive, or if you're like me and a crazy person and you want to have 3 monitors, it's a nice alternative to having 3 big monitors, especially if you don't have the space for it. So, and it's 144K resolution. It's like, it's pretty decent little monitor. So I'll put a link in the show notes to the one I got. I think I got an AOC one, but there's a bunch of different.
What's the price point we talking here?
So, I mean, the one I bought was like it was on sale for about $100.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more than that. But you can get some bigger ones that.
They come bigger.
Well, I think there's maybe a 17-inch one that you can get.
At what point are they just like not portable? At what point are they just like regular monitors? Like this one even comes with a
TV
stand, and you could just plug in.
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
well,
hang on.
See, so that's the one thing is, and I have to do a little bit more research because I've been playing with it a little bit, but some of them, because they have to, the one I have gets powered by either the computer or the laptop. So like, there's no power cord or anything. It's just literally a USB-C that gets plugged in. I think some of the bigger ones may have an plug-in as well, so you can use them for your phone. But I have to do a little bit more research on that because I may just be screwing it up on my end, But I don't know. I get a kick out of it. I like stuff, so like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. So
Chris is a big stuff fan.
I'm a big stuff fan.
How many Fs?
2 Fs.
Two Fs.
2 Fs.
Oh, all right. So with that, I think it's time we transition to this outro. I don't know, Chris. You want to do it? You want me to do it? Should we do it?
I'll do it. Sure, why not?
We could do half and half.
Yeah, we'll just ad-lib it, right?
We'll just riff it. Yeah.
We'll just riff it, yeah. So, I mean, I guess, whatever. Thanks for coming out to the party, y'all. Thank you for listening. We do appreciate you.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank the breweries that made the beautiful beers we had tonight. I'd like to thank Gizmo Brew Works for their Forbidden Fruits Blackberry Mint Gosa. And
I want to thank Steamworks out of Burnaby, BC for their Frambozen.
There you go. And, we shout out to the rest of the world. This one's for you.
International edition.
International edition. This one's for you. Even though mine was in North Carolina, my beer was in North Carolina. Some snacks, some beers from outside the U.S.
Yeah.
So shout out to the world. Who'd have thought? You guys?
we have yet. This is a fun fact. We've gotten a lot of interesting emails from our listeners over the years. We have yet to have, I think, an international email. Correct me if I'm wrong,
true.
Chris, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
If you're an international listener, we would love to talk to you. Send us an email at dawfpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us what you had for breakfast, or if you have breakfast in your land. I don't know.
I know we have some listeners from Australia, so I think they call breakfast brekkie, I think is what they say. Something like that. So shout out to all you guys if you're out there. I see the downloads every week. Come on now. Australia's biggest podcast probably. No. And but thank you for listening, and make sure you head over to iTunes, give us 5-star reviews, or wherever you get your podcasts. But iTunes is the one, believe it or not, that a lot of the podcast feeds feed off of. So if you even just make an account, steal people's iPhones, they all have it. Just go on there, and once you hit 5 stars, I don't know if they can unhit 5 stars. So just do it. Do it before they can, and then set for auto download. And and I know Obert just talked about it. Make sure you hit up the email. Check out the Patreon. Trying to get some more stuff going up on there. I know we've been a little spotty on some of the stuff there, but we do appreciate all of our patrons, and we love you all so much. I don't know what else.
Stay tuned for the Mai Tai Sour from Collective Arts coming to
yeah.
Patreon, to a podcast feed to our special lovely patrons at some point.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. We have a Discord and an Instagram. Those are the two that we like to post on the most. We love to hear your involvement over Discord especially. So
Yeah.
check us out.
Yeah, check all that stuff out. If you have any, I want to tag on. I know Tud mentions telling everybody all the time, but also if you have any suggestions for like beers or segments or something like that you have ideas for, just shoot them over to us. We're open. We want to know what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear, all that fun stuff. So, but thank you for everybody tuning in every week. We appreciate you all so much. And my name's Chris.
And I'm Obert. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friend.
I forgot it was good. You caught me at the end. So, you went to Banff National Park, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Now, is Lake Moraine there?
Yes, I didn't get to
Moraine
go to Moraine
Okay.
Lake because
Okay.
too many cars tried to go there at one time. I did go to
Damn
Lake
it.
Louise, though, which was incredible.
Because that's like, we've talked about it before, but the listeners may not know. That's like on my bucket list of places to go is Moraine Lake.
Apparently,
I saw it. Yeah, apparently a lot of other people.
the key to getting there is either taking the shuttle or getting there before 7 in the morning. So,
Okay, so it is a big tourist attraction.
for sure. Yeah, even in COVID times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that all started because I was sitting at work and I used to have the generic Microsoft backgrounds that like would just go through places of the world. And,
Oh,
like,
nice.
and they'd be like, why don't you set it to like pictures of your children or anything, like, well, kid at the time. And I was like, no. It's because every time I sit down, it's like I'm going on vacation. And then Moraine Lake was one, and I was like, oh my God, this place is a real place? Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. And that's when, and then I looked it all up and I was like, I'm going
I need
here
to go
one
to
day.
there.
I need to go to there. So cool. I want to go next time when I come
Next
visit.
time. Yeah, when
Next-
you come.
next
It's
time I
short-
come visit.
It's a 5-hour drive.
that isn't bad. I'll drive 5 hours to go there.